Not a criminal attorney, not here to give legal advice, but I am here to give you the real on this Diddy trial. Now, Cassie also testified that she saw Diddy pull one of her friends back over the railing of a balcony in Los Angeles. She said she saw him hit a different friend of hers in the head with a hammer, and that the physical abuse was so savage that the victim was left bleeding and vomiting. Again, these are just some of the instances that she discussed in her testimony when she talked about her physical abuse. Now, remember, the defense has conceded that Diddy was violent in their relationship. The defense is not saying, and they're not arguing against any claims of domestic violence, which essentially is what this physical abuse fits, domestic violence. Like, they're not arguing against it. They have conceded that this is their theory of, because this is a case of domestic violence, not trafficking, not racketeering conspiracy, not transportation for the purposes of public for the purposes of prostitution, but domestic violence. She was abusive in the relationship. He was abusive in the relationship. This is the stance that the defense has taken. So I will say this portion of Cassie's testimony just sheds light to the jury the physical abuse that she sustained in this relationship, and it corroborates why Cassie says that she was so fearful to tell him no, because she felt like if she told him no, she was going to be physically abused. She was going to be beaten. She was going to be slapped around. She was going to be dragged and pulled. And so because she didn't want to subject herself to that type of behavior from Diddy, she said yes, and she did everything that he told her to do, even though she didn't want to do. Even though it wasn't something she wanted to be done to her, she still did it because she didn't want that. And basically what she was saying is that dealing with that was better than dealing with the physical abuse. Even if it meant him urinating on me, even if it meant having an escort urinate on me, even if it meant doing intercourse while I'm on my period, I'd rather have dealt with that than this. Cassie also testified that oftentimes, if not all the time, she was under the influence of drugs to help her get through these sessions, these freak-offs. She said it helped her disassociate from what she was enduring, and it also numbed the emotions and the feelings that she was experiencing as she was navigating through these freak-off sessions. And so her state of mind, as well as Diddy's state of mind, oftentimes was not there, and she spoke to how it often took her days to recover from these freak-offs because they were so intense and so long that oftentimes she went through them without sleeping and had to use the drugs to help her stay up and stay engaged in these freak-off sessions. So my name is Andrea Snipes-Booker, and that is the real on this Diddy trial.